Welcome back, Widesiders, in for another episode alongside Seth. That's it.
Okay, cool. Like Seal?
Yeah.
McLovin?
Yeah, Seal. Maybe put those scars on your face.
Yeah.
Make it look cool.
That'd be cool.
That was one of the, we were sending the Family Guy stuff
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
of his, when they do that cutaway, it's like, and nobody knowing why, what's her name, left Seal.
Yeah.
And it's just Stewie going, face.
Yep.
I don't even know who he was married to. It was somebody
Is it
hot.
Heidi Klum?
Heidi Klum.
Yeah.
Why'd she leave him?
Yeah. Face.
Face.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah. I mean, is that like a birthmark or just him?
No, I think it's scars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he got in a lot of knife fights.
Acne. Yeah.
He scratched so bad, he made massive fucking cuts. I scratched so bad I have a 6-inch gash across my face.
Makes me look cooler.
I don't know. Might be a car wreck or something like that.
Okay.
I think something like
Gotcha.
feels like that should be
A car wreck.
Yeah.
We'll say car wreck. That's fine. So you were kind of right with the whole live thing with the golfers, huh? That kind of took on strong there. It was just like 1, 2 guys, 3 guys left, and it's like, oh, heavy hitters left, and you got some PGA Tour guys who are like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, we don't. How much? Do you know how much they offered DJ to leave?
$125 million, I believe.
I thought it was over 100. I just didn't know the actual number.
I'm sorry, he has lupus.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, not a car accident.
Whoops.
He actually has a problem.
Yeah, it's a typo.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go. He has lupus.
Yeah, that's
Not a car crash. Not acne. Has a medical problem. That's why he looks like the way he looks.
All right, back to live.
Yeah, back to that.
Yeah, that was they paid Dustin Johnson got $125 million because that was the main thing. It was like Tiger's career earnings from the PGA Tour is $121 million, and then Dustin Johnson just made $125. It's like, well,
Yeah, why would you not?
But you could also say you tack that into what his sponsorship. Obviously, all his sponsors kind of dumped him.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, he's losing all his sponsors. Like, yeah, you just got $121 million. I don't think
I think he's okay with it.
The HBC Bank or whatever the fuck it is that was giving him $5 million a year. I don't think he cares.
Yeah, he's making that.
I'll just wear my own shit. But hell, Tiger's making $100 million a year for a while. I mean,
it's it is crazy how they're able to do that. Now I don't know what some of the other ones like what Paul Casey left and Louis Oosthuizen. Yeah.
Because it was like 125 for him. It floated out there that it was $200 million for Phil.
Yeah.
Bryson DeChambeau is going after the Open, which I believe was another big. Like all in all, it was sounding like it was $500 million just for however many golfers.
Yeah, and he got a nice chunk of it. He's kind of a douche anyway, but
he's one of those guys of like I hate when it's just like he's so polarizing. But he's one of those guys of you like him or you fucking hate him because he's just a doofus and he seems and he's slow.
Yeah.
Of like,
and I don't like the hat he wears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gained all this weight to hit the ball further. It's like,
well, that helps you on one course.
Fucking help.
It only helps him on one course. The Open.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was it. And it's helped one fucking time.
One time.
and then when you look at it, he doesn't even lead.
Yeah, the driving. Yeah, no, not even a little bit.
Fucking Rory hits the ball further than he does. And he's small.
Yeah, I don't like Rory.
Well, his walk is weird. It's like every step he takes, he's got this hop like he's getting poked in the butthole.
Mm-hmm.
Like fucking Urban Meyer's walking behind him.
Yeah, poking him. Yeah. What are you going to hit next?
Oil checking him. You doing okay?
Yeah. You like
6 iron?
Yeah. When I saw Patrick Reed went.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like him. He can go cheat.
That was the funny one is like since Patrick Reed left, the PGA Tour had to lay off a bunch of rules officials.
Yeah. Who was another? I think that's really all the main ones.
Yeah, the big names. Obviously Sergio and them, but
yeah.
Dustin Johnson's the only one. Him and DeChambeau are the only ones at this point in time that actually mean anything.
Yeah. Louis had his run last year, but he hasn't really done much.
Yeah, he hadn't, he won the Open, and but it's been years ago.
Yeah.
Like, he's always in competition at the majors. But,
but never pulls the trigger.
But like Dustin Johnson and DeChambeau, everybody's like, well, Ricky Fowler. It's like, Ricky Fowler's not even on the fucking PGA Tour.
Yeah. He's not.
He was on the he was playing Corn Ferry Tour events.
Yeah.
Like, he's fucking terrible at golf.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it was such Ricky Fowler. It's like, yeah, it's just, and it's okay. A lot of people go a long time. They don't fucking win. I mean, because it's
hard. It's hard to do that. Yeah.
156 guys every week, and they're all really fucking good.
Uh-huh.
So when everybody's always like, wow, but you get these guys, and they're just this much. It's like, no, they're not. Look at their scoring average.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the difference between the number one guy in the world's scoring average and the fucking 150th guy in the world, it's like 2 fucking strokes.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
not that big of a gap, man. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, I mean, you seem, the last couple of times we've seen people fold, it's been hitting the ball, not necessarily putting, but a lot of the times it's fucking putts.
For the most part, the PGA Tour is a putting contest.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they've all gotten so long.
Yeah, where everybody can kind of hit.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're not hitting it fucking sideways,
you're probably okay. Yeah.
How many putts you making?
Mm-hmm.
I mean.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, I think that's kind of what really, I mean, if you're a normal average golfer, you're not good at putting.
No.
I mean, you're not. You're probably going to 3-putt if you're on the green.
It is, I was reading the way they look at it between amateurs and professionals.
Mm-hmm.
So the average distance for what they call 50% putt.
Yeah.
So 50% make percentage for an amateur golfer is like 3.5 feet.
Yeah.
And for a tour player is like 8 feet.
Yeah.
So an 8-footer that you hardly ever make, they make 50% of those putts.
Yeah.
And that's the whole tour. That's not the really good putters. That's counting the tour shitty putters.
Yeah.
And the average 3-putt distance for like an amateur is like 14 feet or 12 feet.
Yeah.
And for a tour player, it's like 38 feet. So, I mean, it's like...
There's a huge difference.
It's massive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just, I mean...
Well, if I just hit a couple more fairways, no.
Nope.
No, it's not.
No, it's not at all.
Well, it was one of those things of like 4 foot and under when Tiger was on that 10-year run.
Mm-hmm.
4 feet and in, he didn't miss a putt from 4 feet and in for like 3 fucking years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, it's just like...
It's ridiculous.
That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just what, to me, I mean, I golf regularly, so to watch those guys do it and then to watch me try to putt or do anything that's like that, it's like, there's no way that, because some people are like, oh, I could do that. I was like, no, you can't. No, you can't.
It's different.
Yeah, it's way different.
It's one of those things. Anybody who thinks that they can practice and make it on any kind of tour, first of all, you can't.
Yeah.
And secondly, go, like Muirfield was last week or whatever. Obviously, we live in Ohio. Go to a tour event and go stand by the ropes.
Yeah, exactly.
And just listen to the shot. You don't even have to look at it.
Yeah.
Just listen to it.
What it's supposed to sound like when it comes off.
It sounds like a fucking howitzer.
Yep.
Not unlike Tom Brady's.
Yeah.
That swept the internet there for a second. But I mean, just the sound that it makes of like, there's fucking levels to shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a scratch golfer. Yeah, you're a scratch golfer at this course. Tour player comes by here and shoots fuck 62.
Yeah, exactly.
On a bad day.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, yeah. We don't scratch the surface around here of just length of courses.
Yeah. That's one of those ones of like you go on a par 4 and hit a good drive and a 9-iron to the green. Mm-hmm. And a tour player's probably knocking it on the green.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Exactly. I mean it's just one of those things. Hell, some of the par 4s around here are the same length as some of their par 3s. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just wild.
One a lot of people don't realize, too, is people don't know distance. Mm-hmm. And I've been in the business a long time. Man, I poked that one out there about 300 yards. It's like,
no, you didn't.
Hey, man, you got 120 yards left in this hole. I can do fucking math.
Yeah.
It's only 380 yards total. So
yeah,
you didn't.
Oh, I was really bad about that when I was younger, you know. Oh, I think I can hit it like, 250 yards. I was like 190, and it just looks far.
Yeah. That's the other thing, too, of like, is people don't know distances of. No, when tour players are talking distance, they're talking about how far they fly it.
Yeah, not where it
not
lands.
How far it runs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you say, I hit my 7-iron 180 yards. Like, no, you hit it 160.
Mm-hmm.
It just rolled 20 yards, which means you didn't get any spin.
Yep.
And,
yeah.
And that's why you're always short.
Yeah. It's why nobody thinks of it like that.
Yeah.
Nobody talks. An average golfer doesn't talk about it like that. They talk about it where it lands or where it rolls or.
Well, I can tell you, I had this conversation a couple of days ago when we were talking, when I play in practice a lot, like my lob wedge.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to be one of those people, like, if I push it, I can hit a 60-degree just over 100 yards if I step on it. But then I like kind of this 3/4 or like a shoulder swing, what you'd call it, where you don't go high, it's shoulder to shoulder. That I knew that I flew that 76 yards, like to the yard.
Yeah.
So if I'm in the 70 to 80 yard range, I'm gonna hit it probably within 6 feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I mean, I need to know where it hits. Not where it stops.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still don't think about it like, I never would. I'm not that good at golf.
Yeah.
When I get up to the club or, get up, my ball's, I don't know, 90 yards from the pin or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I think I can hit it that far. But I know that I can't. So sometimes I'll just club up. That way I know it at least gets there. You know what I'm saying? Instead,
exactly what you should do.
Yeah. That way I know it gets there. That way I don't have to fucking smoke it. And, it goes all over hell. I can hit a nice shot. I can swing easy. And
well, and I'll give this because I know some of your buddies that listen to, or I don't know them, but I know that they play some golf or was trying to get into golf or whatever. The biggest tip I can give any amateur player: get the ball to the fucking hole.
Yeah.
Good things happen when you get it to the hole. Don't leave it short of the green.
Yeah.
If it's 100 yards, hit it 110 yards.
Yeah.
Because chances are, unless you skull it, if you hit a normal shot, you're not going to hit it over the green.
Yeah.
It's going to be on the surface. Get it on the surface.
Yeah.
That's the point.
One thing that I've learned, just playing golf, watching, even just watching some of the pros on Sundays is, like, I always thought, I go up there, big guy, I have to swing as fucking hard as I can. It's like, nah, maybe just let the club do the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some to that and everything. Like, you got to swing the fucking club.
You got to swing the club. I'm not saying lollygag it, but
if you can't swing the club and make solid contact, then you need to slow down until you make solid contact.
Yeah, I know that. I learned it took me a long time just to say, let some of the club do some of the work for you. Don't just fucking
you gotta learn
swing.
you got to learn how to make leverage work and how, 'cause there's a whole bunch of shit of, on your downswing of like your hands. Everybody was like, well, your hands got to pass the ball first. Well, that's not really true. Like, they got to be a little ahead, but meet up. So you're hitting at a downward angle. But like when you want to start talking about speed and distance, you're almost jumping.
Yeah.
When you hit the ball. That like is kind of what you should be. Like your left shoulder, if you're a right-handed player, when you're at right before contact, your left shoulder should be going straight up.
Okay.
So like you're pulling up, and that's where you get kind of that fulcrum of the lever to whip the club head. So like you're turning, and then right before that, like all your weight gets on your left side, and you start pushing up, and your shoulder goes up. Now, your head doesn't go up, but your shoulder goes up.
Yeah.
And your right shoulder will come down. That's what creates that whip. And that's how you can actually hit the ball hard.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's
Go ahead and work on that.
No,
it's very fucking difficult to learn how to do that. Some people can just do it naturally.
That's the thing. I mean, I'm into a stage of my life where I'll golf with some people, and they're like, oh, you should try this. It's like, I can't just go try that. Like, I'm going to need I can't stand golfing with people like that because they're like, oh, you should do it like this. Well, no, because I just can't go do it like that. I'm not that good to do it like that. And I've been swinging the same way for like 15 years, so I'm not probably just going to change it in a snap.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and try and, figure it out. I finally got my ball to just go one side of the fairway. I finally done that. So
that's half the battle.
Oh,
eliminate half the golf course.
Yeah, I think I've got that taken care of.
Whether it's right or left, one of these sides we're not playing from.
Yep, exactly.
That's the because the biggest key is everybody's like, hey, everybody hits a good shot when they fucking hit it good. It's like, but where does it go when you hit it bad?
Yeah.
The difference between a tour player, really good shot from 150 yards, 5 feet, but a bad shot. And I'm not talking like, they just fucking chunked it or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm talking like what you could consider, I didn't get all that or whatever, is like 12 feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like their misses
are better than what.
There.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, their misses are better than some of our best shots.
Yeah.
I think when you first start golfing too, like your expectations should not be high whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, don't think you're just going to go out there and drill it.
Right.
I mean, it's still like it's probably the hardest thing that I've ever done. A lot of the things that I've done, sports wise, have come pretty natural. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the greatest, but things have just came natural. The way you move, the way you do things. Golf has not been natural at all.
Well, because you got to think about it.
One, I don't play enough for it to come.
For the most part, all the other sports you play are reactionary.
Mm-hmm.
We're not really thinking about it. And that fucking ball ain't moving.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
And it helps. Hand-eye coordination, big deal, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You get away with a lot of shit. But the thing I watch it all the time. Like, got people that just aren't great. It's like, they hit their drive and it goes, maybe you still hit it a decent distance.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes in the rough. And it's like, hey, you're 180 yards out. And they pull a 5-iron of like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You can't. You're not good enough to be hitting a 5-iron out of the rough. For the most part, I'm not going to hit a 5-iron out of the rough.
Yeah.
Of like, you just can't do that. Like, you're just asking for it.
For a bad, yeah.
Hit a 7-iron, get it back in play. Maybe you're 20 yards short of the green.
Yeah, but it's a better shot for that.
Now, maybe you hit it close in one putt, but 2-putt, you're taking double and triple out of it and just bringing bogey in.
I don't think a lot of people realize how much of a difference it is to hit it from fairway grass to rough grass.
And that's the big thing, because people don't like fairways wise. Like, the tighter it is, the better you can hit the ball. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't like tight fairways because, one, they don't know how to hit a ball.
Yeah.
They're trying to sweep and lift it.
Yeah, it's already
You
up.
can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But the tighter it is, you want as little grass around it as possible. Like ours right now, we mow it like 400, which is, it's under a half inch.
Yeah.
So 500 being a half inch.
Mm-hmm.
We mow at 400. People struggle when they're not used to it of like, this is too tight, I can't.
Yeah.
It's like, there's nothing obstructing your ball. Like, now you can actually hit it.
Yeah, but they're so used to having something there.
Feel like it's popped up on a tee of like, we just hit down on it.
Yeah.
And the loft is it's already on the club. You don't have to help it. Just, just hit it.
No, and I get that way. So it's in my head sometimes.
Yeah.
One, I'm so used to hitting out of rough where it's different if it's actually on the fairway, but it messes with almost my depth perception.
Yeah.
Where I'm looking down and it's like, okay, well, it's in the rough. I'll hit it this way. But if it's on the fairway, I'm like, well, do I hit it? Do I pull up a little bit? Because I don't want to, just take a big fucking chunk with me. And I know that's probably what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But
and
in
for the most part, if you're not in a wet fairway, you're not going to take a massive chunk just because it's not wet.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to take a little skinny divot. And
but it's just weird how it even just throws off my head. And I've played golf for a while, but it's just like, I don't, I have to swing different now.
It's hard to get it in people's minds that you need to hit down on the ball.
Yeah.
Like, you need to hit the ball before you hit the turf, and you definitely need to hit the turf.
Yeah.
If like, I got to help it get up, and no, that's not the way. Like, hey, that pitching wedge got 48 degrees of loft on it. Like, it's gonna get up in the air.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's, I think you once you get to like that certain age where it's like you don't get pissed off anymore because you're bad.
You're not gonna.
Yeah, it's better.
Well, and it's weird too of like watching so many people over the years and stuff like that. Of, man, I just can't. It's like, hey, what do you hit the best? Are you like, can you hit a 6-iron?
Hit that.
I hit 6 iron. Just hit that.
Hit that.
Fucking leave the driver in the bag.
Yeah.
Hit 3 6 irons down there and then 2-putt.
I golf with my brother-in-law. He tees off with his 5-iron because that's what he's comfortable with.
Yeah.
That's what he's
that's
just
fine.
Yeah. He's like, I can't. I've watched him hit his driver. I've never seen a ball like stop and, almost hit like a complete 90-degree angle. That's what it looks like. It's like it fucking hits the brakes and then just goes, and it's like, yeah, okay, just go ahead and hit your irons then.
Yeah. Well, that's one of those things of whatever's going to get you in play and move it forward.
Yeah, don't go.
Hey, if every 1 out of every 4 times you hit your driver 12 feet, maybe don't hit the driver because you'd be better off just hitting a wedge.
Yeah. But I think a lot of, especially the average golfer, it's the stigma of, well, everybody's using their driver. I got to use mine too.
Not really.
Not really.
No, you hit whatever you want.
Yeah.
For the most part, tour players don't hit driver that often. They mostly hit 3-wood.
Yeah.
Except, on
you
par 5s
can control it a
longer.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, they want angles. They want, hey, I need to draw this, and I don't draw my driver as good as this, and if I draw it, I'm going to get another 20 yards worth of roll, so this is what I got to do.
Yeah.
And the thing that shocks people, and most people, you probably don't even pay attention to it when you watch a tour event. If you ever hear a caddy when they're talking about, and they're on a tee, and they're going to hit 3-wood, and they're talking about distance, and you'll hear the caddy go, I think if you just hit stock 3-wood, which whatever their stock yardage is, that they'll just throw it on the ground. They won't use a tee.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what their stock 3-wood is hitting it off the ground. And I don't think a lot of people realize that of like, they don't always use a tee off the tee.
Off the tee, yeah.
They're hitting a 3-wood. They'll just hit it off the ground.
Yeah. Well, it's so weird to me. So ever since I've been golfing, when it's a par 3, if I'm hitting an iron, I always pop it up a little bit, to the tee. I've watched people like tee it up, like driving.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, how the hell do you hit? Like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Again, it's a depth perception thing. I'm like, I feel when I use my iron, I would hit the tee instead of the actual ball because I'm getting underneath it. But people do it. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Then they get teed up like a normal tee.
One, I won't even on par 3s, depending on what yardage it falls on. If I have to do something different, I'll do something different. And if the tees are shaggy, I'll use a tee.
Yeah.
But if it's tightly mown, a lot of times if I'm just on a number,
throw the ball down.
I'll just hit it off the grass because again, that's a stock shot, and you can move that, make it as good as you want. Use the front of another divot if you feel like you need.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing too of like in scrambles, like I'll watch people do it of, somebody bombs a drive, but you happen to be in the rough.
Yeah.
The first guy hits and takes a divot.
Yeah.
And then the next guy throws down of like, for sure use this divot. You put it at the front. That way you have no grass behind your ball. And now you got a clean shot.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point.
Yeah, exactly. People in scrambles, if you play in enough scrambles, roughly the same. I don't know too many people who just mix up their team on scrambles. Just, kind of have the same people you golf with.
Yeah.
So, okay, if I know he's going for it, I can hit a different shot. Like, people are just like, oh, we're all for it, just fucking have at it. And then your next shot's all shit. It doesn't make any sense to me how people do that.
Yeah, I played because a lot of time, most of the time I hit last. And I played in a scramble last fall with a kid that I worked with, stuff like. And I'm the last one hitting, and they're all doing shit of like, hey, we were 110 yards out. I'm the last. We ain't got a ball in the fucking green.
Yeah.
So now I can't really go at the pin. I got to get one on the putting surface.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's no choice here of this has to happen.
Yeah. There's just people just willy-nilly. I'm like, guys,
first
this
guy,
is a scramble.
Get it on the green.
Yeah.
And then you can do whatever.
Yeah, we need a ball on the green first.
Well, I was trying to do this in pin seek of, hey, man, these greens aren't that big. Just get it on the green. There's a chance with 4 putts, you might get it in.
Yeah.
I always love that, too. If I had a guy at one of the 2 golf courses ago, and he goes, well, you probably don't play the same way I do. He's like, you know me, I'm a pin seeker. Of like, you're also an 18 fucking handicap.
Yeah.
You know what a good golfer does in 18 holes? He might, like I might, if I'm trying to play, I might go at 2 pins in a whole fucking round. Just because
I'm a pin seeker.
Yeah. That's only if you're hitting a yardage and you have an access and you have I'm a pin seeker. It's like, You're 185 yards out, and that pin was back right over a bunker with a forced 178 carry to a short pin.
Yeah.
And you got a 5-iron that you may or may not be able to hit 180 yards.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm a pin seeker.
I'm a pin seeker.
Yeah, those guys I don't like to golf with.
Yeah, always.
I don't like the people, and I've played with people before that I've never played with.
Yeah.
So they try to impress you with the shots they can make. I'm like, I just want to fucking do the best we can. I don't give a shit how far you hit it. Or the people's like, they'll hit a sucky shot. They're like, oh man, I was trying to do this. I'm like, just fucking hit the ball. Yeah. Quit trying to do it. Just play golf.
I've seen you play.
Yeah, just try and put the ball on the green.
Get it airborne.
Yeah.
In that general direction.
Yep. Please, that's kind of the name of the game. Get it down there.
Yeah, you don't have there's not that many guys that are going to be doing that you're going to be playing with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't.
So
just play golf, man.
Just you don't
have to impress me.
Have it go.
You don't have to impress me, buddy. I'm smoking a cigar as I'm swinging. You don't have to impress me at all.
Not enough cigar smoking on the PGA Tour.
No, there's not.
Actually, there's more than you think, but the amount of smoking that goes on is shocking.
When I was at the Memorial a couple years ago, now it's probably been 5 years, 6 years now, but it was crazy how many people are just sitting out there smoking, and you're not used to it.
Yeah.
One, you're outside, so it doesn't matter, but two, it's just like, man, we're at a public thing and people are smoking. It's almost weird because you're not used to it anymore. I mean, I think I've told you this story where Mike Doss and a couple other guys from a couple Buckeyes are sitting beside us, and I asked him for one. I'm like, hey, you got an extra one? And he goes, yeah. He cut me it and lit it for me. And I'm like, I'm smoking a cigar with Mike Doss right now. This is cool as shit. But it was he's actively smoking it, walking around. I mean, I'm like, it's weird, but it's not weird at the same time. It's like you're outside, so what's it matter?
Because that's the we're smoke-free campus.
Yeah.
Well, because that was a thing, and I had to go when I for my pesticide license. I was doing some testing, and it was at the Department of Ag, Ohio State's branch, and the Department of Ag kind of have the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was whatever, the fucking school. And they came on right at the beginning of, hey, the director actually is on site today and told us that if anybody is smoking on the grounds, even outside, they will be removed from the... I'm like, this is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You're like a 9-acre fucking parking lot. I can't
smoke.
I can't. I'm like, the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So I went to my car and just rolled the window down because apparently that's different. I'm in my own property.
Yeah. I'm in high school.
Yeah. What is going on here?
This is stupid. Oh, man. No, but I like the golf talk. I find it interesting. It's just from somebody who's, done it and been on the tour and stuff like that. It's like,
well, I've not been on a tour.
No, you haven't, but it's still, I mean, good enough golfer to do the the amateur side of it and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I did professional stuff, but not on tour, man.
Sorry.
It's fucking different.
Sorry. Hey?
I've officially won money on stuff.
That's cool.
Not a lot.
I won money one time, too, at a golf course.
Yeah.
I kicked over that short guy's head.
Well, I cashed in a PGA of America, obviously very different than PGA Tour. So technically I have something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always the difference of it's amazing to me how many people are like, I hit my 8-iron at 150. It's like shocking how everybody hits at 150.
Yeah.
Shocking.
It's like, it's what it's supposed
Every
to be.
person I meet, I hit my 8-iron 150. It's like, it feels like you've seen that online.
Yeah.
Because I find that hard to believe that of the 90 people I've talked to, that 89 of them hit at the same fucking distance.
I think now that when you say stuff like that, it makes me laugh at my own self, my own stupidity. Because it's like, I couldn't tell you how far I hit a club right now. If we get on a golf course from right here, I was like, oh yeah, I'll use my 8.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you how far I hit it. I don't know if people are like that. That's how I am. Sitting here right now, couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Get on a course, get me close enough to it. Yeah, I'll use my 8. But if somebody says, "Oh, we're 130 out," oh, okay, I'll use this. But I couldn't tell you right now how far 130 looks. I have to look at it and see which club I want to use.
Yeah, it's because everybody's on that. Well, I mean, and for the most part, it is. You have 4 degrees difference between each one of your clubs on a standard set. So you figure about 2.5 yards per degree of loft, roughly, is what people go off of. So it's that 10-yard split, but it's like, well, I mean, if you're just guessing at that, how are you ever gonna?
Yeah, exactly.
How are you ever gonna know that?
It's all. Yeah, it's weird, and that's.
And I bet everybody bases it off of that. I hit my 8-iron 150 means I hit my 7-iron 160.
Yeah.
My 6-iron 170.
Yeah.
My 5-iron 180 of like.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't hit them consistently enough far. You know what I mean? The length far enough to tell you I can hit that far.
Right.
I can smoke a 5-iron.
Yeah.
That time.
Yeah.
Go hit it again. You know what I mean? I can hit that club. Oh, that was a good shot. Yeah, come back, hit it again. Oh, nope, not the same shot. You know.
That's my question of like, if you say that you hit this club this far, I always want to say if 150 is your 8-iron, I always want to say, can you hit it 140? Because that's pretty important.
Yeah.
And can you hit it 160? Because that's also very important.
Yeah. No, I could again.
Yeah.
Give me. Yeah. We're on a cart. Say, oh, we're this far out. Oh, yeah, I'll use this.
Yeah. Because mine was like, I would do like my 5-iron, I'd hit like 190, but I could push it to 215.
Oh, okay.
If it was a par 5 and it was like, open enough that if I miss it, okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
But like a 4-iron would be too much.
Yeah.
So, it's all that shit comes into play.
Yeah. Again, that's why I'm not a very good golfer, because I can't sit here and tell you how far I hit that. That's it's weird. But when you talk like that, I just laugh because I'm like, yeah, I don't know that.
One, it's a weird thing too, because like we've played a few times together. Like iron wise, especially playing where we've played, it's obviously out in the country and there's a lot of wind.
Yeah.
Like you very rarely have ever seen me hit a full iron shot, just because that's not. It's windy. You can't. The harder you hit the ball with an iron, the more it's going to spin. And the more it spins, the more wind's going to affect it. And if you're into the wind, you swinging harder to hit it 160 yards means it's probably going to go 140 yards because it's spinning so much. It's going to get up in the air and it's going to, So instead of hitting the 8-iron, that's why you hit the 7-iron, which is why you need to be able to hit your 160 club 150.
When you're talking that, and you said with just the wind in general, like people are all the time like, oh, it's too windy to golf. I'm like, really? It affects you? like I'm just not. I'm not that. Ball. Yeah, I'm not that good enough for the.
Maybe just take a longer club, hit a little softer into the wind.
It'll move the ball, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of courses around here where it's going to be like British Open style, where it's like, hey, it's too windy to play because literally balls are blowing off the green.
Yeah.
Like if the ball can't.
Yeah.
Which I played in a tournament where they did not mow the greens that day because the way the winds were going to go that we wouldn't be able to play.
Oh, really?
I mean, obviously the greens were fast enough that, hey, the wind makes a difference.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, but just be like, oh, it's too windy. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Seems okay to me.
Yeah. I remember that was George, we always used to compare stupid phone calls in the pro shop. Obviously, I think we've talked about that before too. His claim of his best one was a guy that called and made a tee time for like 4 days out.
Okay.
And then asked him if it was going to be windy. Yeah. Like he called on a Monday for a Thursday tee time. He's like, is it going to be windy Thursday? It's like, I don't fucking know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
look at the weather, man. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, look at the jet stream and see how that's going to shift and how the temperature is going to affect what we're doing here.
Some of my favorite calls were the ones where you say, "Hey, do you have a tee time?" Be like in the morning, that Wednesday morning league that takes up all morning, all afternoon. Hey, tee times that morning? No, we got a league. Takes up the whole morning. Oh, okay. You got one at 10? No, it takes up the whole, like the whole course? Like, yeah, it takes up the whole course. Okay. You got one at noon? No, it takes up the whole morning, afternoon. Okay. You got one at 4? Yeah. Okay, you got one at 4. Okay, I'll take 4. Like, you went from 10 o'clock in the morning till 4. Like, what do you do during, you just have a whole day that's good or what?
I always used to be my thing of like, hey, I'm looking for a tee time on Saturday. I'm like, all right, what time? It's like early. I'm like, One, we have different definitions of what early is.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I got a 7:10.
Yeah. Oh.
I was thinking around 10. It's like, okay,
that's
well,
not early.
Fucking, why don't you tell me the time you're looking for, and I'll say what's available.
Yeah.
And my favorite is, the wife calling.
Mm-hmm.
It's 10 o'clock, okay? Let me ask. Hey, Is 10 o'clock okay?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you make the call.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And in my mind, I see that guy in a recliner watching TV in tidy whities with a beer.
Yep.
Like,
for sure. Yeah.
You could have just called yourself.
Yeah. I love the ones where it's freaking 80 degrees, sun's shining bright. They call, hey, you guys open?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of what we do.
Like at 9 o'clock on a Saturday, 80 degrees, beautiful out, and they just show up and go, I didn't think you'd be busy. It's like, oh, you think you're the only one that thought it was fucking nice today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was another one I did witness with George of guy called and he's like, hey, I'm just looking at the weather here. It looks like it's going to stop raining here in a half hour or so. What do you guys, what's yours look like? He goes, I got the same weather channel you got.
Yeah.
I mean,
doesn't change in the 20 minutes it takes
we
you
don't
to get
pay
here.
$80,000 a year for this fucking tracking system of like, just use the weather channel, man.
Yeah, looks like it's going to stop too.
Yeah. Had a kid that worked for me that guy called and asked what kind of snacks we had.
Oh, man.
As far as what kind of chips and stuff. I was like,
oh, I couldn't do that. Some of that stuff. My favorite is like when they walk in and it says kitchen's open and like all the stuff is like covered.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get a pop? Kitchen's open. I'll turn like look at the sign like, yeah, kitchen's open. Go get it in the back.
Yeah. Get out of this pro shop.
Says it right there.
Yeah.
Go to the back.
Kitchen's open.
Kitchen's open.
I'll never forget that. I think I told that. I don't know if I told it on here or not, or I think I've told you, is when I was out of town at that other place. And a guy, obviously, a Wideside guy out playing golf, and he's at the turn. And he's walking in, and I'm just standing there, and I'm looking at him. And it's, glass doors. He grabs the door, and it's like one step up to get into the shop. He's got 1 foot in, and I just looked at him and went, hot dogs right over there. and he goes, oh, thanks. And walked right to, I'm like, I was like,
oh, shit.
There's no fucking way this guy's not eating a hot dog at the turn. I mean, it's just.
For sure. For sure.
I had that one time when I was over there of, like there's construction work going on the roads and stuff like that. Apparently, guy had to take a shit.
Yeah.
So he came back to court. Hey, man, where are the bathrooms? Right back there. And then, torched the place.
Yeah.
I mean, now, luckily, the way that building was designed, it was way like it. Also stole all my toilet paper.
Oh.
And it was like, late October. Like, there might be 2 people playing that day.
Yeah,
like,
so
hey, all these rolls were full because I've taken a shit back here.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact. And then after that guy leaves, go back at the end of the night, it's like all of them are gone. I'm like, well, that's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you got a shit by the road, pal, just tell me. I'll give you a roll of toilet paper. We spend very little money on toilet paper.
Yeah.
Give you some sandpaper, man.
One of the last ones when I was working in the pro shop, guy's late for a league, comes in, he's wearing his work clothes. All right, got a pile of clothes in his hand. Okay. Says, pays for his goal. He's kind of antsy. So I'm like, okay, he either has to pee or he's like mad that he's late. He's like wanting to hurry up. So you want to get him checked out. He's like, oh, they already got a key. They're waiting for me on one. I'm going to go change. Goes and changes. It's like, I feel like it's 20 minutes. Then I see him go out that side door and sprint out towards the one. I'm like, he's wearing the same stuff. I don't see any, what I mean? Like, he's wearing the same shirt, has different pants on. I didn't think anything of it. But he doesn't have any clothes. He didn't bring out any clothes with him. And I'm like, well, that's weird. Okay. So I forgot about it. When I go back in the bathroom, he had shit his pants and left his shorts and his underwear in the bathroom stall, like tucked back in the corner.
Oh, he hid it?
He hid it.
Just throw in the fucking trash can.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a trash can right there. Like, what a freaking asshole. Yeah, just shit his pants. Like, he had an explosion. And I don't know if he was antsy because he shit his pants before he walked in.
Yeah.
And was like, I gotta go change. Like, I don't know. But his pants were done for. He should have just thrown them away. There was no taking them home and washing them.
Let me hide this back here.
So he comes in and they're like drinking beer out in the restaurant, and I go back there and I said, "Hey," I said, "you left your pants in your shitty underwear in the bathroom." I said, "Don't worry though, I threw them away for you." And his face gets so red. He's like, oh, "Okay," like all of his friends are laughing at him. I'm like, "You fucking asshole, man!"
From the fucking trash can.
And then the one guy who was like in charge of the league, he was on his team. He comes up and he's like, "I'm really sorry." I'm like, "It's fine. I don't give a fuck." But like I said, but why would he hide it? Why don't we just throw him away so nobody sees him?
What are you, 6?
Yeah. He just started laughing. He's like, "I don't know." I was like, what a fucking weirdo.
It's like, hey, we've talked about it many times on this show.
Yeah.
You're an adult male. Obviously, we understand that you were in your car and you shit your pants.
It happens.
It fucking happens.
It happens
to the best of us.
Oh, yeah. It's not a big
Own
deal.
it. It's a funny story.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like,
but
why did you
hide it behind a toilet like a fucking 3-year-old?
Yeah, now I don't like you. It's like, now I have to clean it up. I don't want to clean it up. It's your shit.
To touch it.
Yeah. So I took one of the Lost and Found clubs and I
scooped it up and I'll sell this to you for $1.
Yeah, you want it?
That was always, dude, there are so many times the amount of pants shitting that goes on golf courses is unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times like you have to spray a cart seat off. Of like, hey, well, there's that one time, obviously, I think you were still working for me out there of like that group that always played in that Skins game. The one guy on the front 9 shit his pants.
Yeah.
And then finished the back 9 and then went out for an extra 9.
Yep.
But like shit to the point where it came
through
the underwear, like you could see the brown stain down the back of his shorts.
Yep.
Yeah, let's play another 9.
Yeah. Sure, that's awesome.
All right.
It's disgusting. Ass gonna be raw.
How do you feel okay? I mean,
do you feel okay about it?
Well, I feel like if I keep going up next to people, they won't play well, and I'll win the money. I mean, that had to be it,
yeah. Well, I've already seen it, so it can't get any worse than this, right?
Well, I did at the other course I was at in that other town. I had a lady shit right next to the ladies' tee marker.
Oh God!
Like a half a step off the tee box into the rough, just shit. And then wiped her ass.
Yeah.
And left the Kleenexes there too.
Oh, great.
Like,
there's a trash can.
I mean, we can deal with the shit, but the paper is a problem.
Yeah.
Like
I the drunk people who puke on golf courses, don't puke in the trash can.
Or on the green.
Please just puke in the grass. Yeah, it'll go away.
Some animal will come out and get that.
Yeah, don't puke in the fucking trash can.
Yeah.
Especially one that don't have bags and we have to pick it up and dump it out.
You puke in a trash can.
Fucking asshole.
Fucking loser.
Yeah. You don't throw your cans away, so don't fucking puke in it.
Puke on the green, it will kill the grass. You have acid in your stomach. That grass will die. Had that happen a couple years ago, looking out on one of the greens like, what the fuck is this?
Fucking throw up.
And then it coming to, because the grass, was dying in this weird pattern of like, I think somebody puked.
No.
That's the other thing of like watching people like they'll take their soda,
pop,
and like throw it out on the green.
Oh,
like, hey, there's acid in that. That grass is now fucking dead.
Yeah.
Like you just killed that grass.
Thanks a lot.
Fucking assholes.
Why would you waste pop like that?
Well, if it's pop, I don't know why you would drink it. Popping each other's assholes. Maybe that's what you think about when you're drinking your dark liquid.
Yep.
I drink red.
Big Red. You don't see much Big Red anymore.
Every once in a while, like walking in the store and you'd be like, that sounds,
Yeah. Is it? I was a big fan
it's
of.
Never as good as you think it's going to be.
Now, I was a big fan as a kid of the Code Red Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah,
it was good. Good shit.
I remember as a former boss, I was still working on the inside of didn't have any red Gatorade. It's like, need red Gatorade. Just sell them that. It's the same thing. It was Mountain Dew Code Red. It's like, hey, by no means is that the same fucking, that's not even it's the same color.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Gatorade, Mountain Dew, same thing.
Yeah.
Electrolyte.
Yeah.
Electrolytes and Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Yeah, we have electrolytes. It's a salt.
Yeah, salt. Yeah.
They made a sports drink with sugar and salt.
You guys got any red Gatorade? Yeah, it's right over there. It's Mountain Dew, sir.
I have a green one. Well, it's yellow. So
Like you think Mountain Dew's yellow?
No. I'm talking about Gatorade.
Oh,
It's like, you got to give me a green one. Like, it's fucking yellow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not
it's fucking
green.
yellow. First of it is lemon.
I think some of my favorite with the people are, hey, what kind of Gatorades do you have? Oh, the clear cooler. You can visibly see what colors we have.
You see, like when Walgreens, like some of them are testing that where they have like TV screens on their cooler doors.
Oh, really?
To show you what's inside.
Yeah.
Of like, or you could just have glass.
Yeah.
Like you had before in every fucking Walmart.
Works the same.
Or Walgreens.
Yeah.
Like,
works the same.
Wait, just look at it.
I've never seen that. No, I haven't seen the screen. Yeah, just, it's glass. You can see through it.
Well, I figure if we put these $9,000 TVs on every one of our coolers, people will be able to know what's inside. Or could just look through glass.
Or just look through the window.
Maybe stop taping a bunch of fucking signs on them.
Yeah. That's what kind of Gatorades do you have? It's not a restaurant. Just look at the fucking cooler, man. Open
fucking
the door.
Gatorade flavored.
Yeah.
That's what.
I think some of my favorite things, like with just kids in general, is like, oh, what kind of Gatorades do you have? These. Okay. I'll take red. Red's not a flavor.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's always the funny of like the Gatorade of like people like it's a healthy option.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's fucking flavored sugar water with salt in it. That's
bad.
You have salt and other minerals, but that's for the most part it's sugary salt water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Flavored.
Yeah. It's to give you a little bit of energy and help retain some hydration.
Yeah.
Which clearly is not going to help you during the middle of a fucking game.
Nope.
Like that shit happens like the day before.
Yeah.
Well, it's just trying to not drink so much pop.
Take Gatorade.
Take Gatorade.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. It's not safe.
Not really.
It's not any better.
You just have a water if that's where you're going with it.
Yeah.
I'll just be healthy, have a lemonade. Okay.
Yeah. That's any better.
I think as another Family Guy thing, he's like, I'll be healthy. I'll have the fish and chips.
Yeah.
Fish is healthy.
Fish is healthy. Yeah.
Not when you dunk it in a fryer.
Deep fried matter.
It's just, all I had was chicken.
Yeah.
Smothered in ranch.
Yes. Oh man, I had salad the other day for dinner, and there was just a little bit of ranch left, and then I didn't want to open up the brand new bottle, so I finished it out and I'm eating, and I'm like, I didn't put very much ranch on this, and I'm like, I hate the taste of lettuce. Like this is not good. It does not taste good at all. Where's the ranch flavor?
Yeah. That was like, and you order from one place. I'll order from like, a salad comes with the meal, and you get your, with a salad dressing you're ordering online is like pick two.
Yeah.
Like if you pick, like you don't have the option to pick
the
two
same
ranches.
One. Yeah.
It's like, all right, so I guess I'll go with Italian and Caesar because they're kind of close, but they could mix together.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Because if I just get like the ranch or the Italian, I don't have enough for the amount of salad that you've put in here.
Yeah.
Give me the option to have fucking two of them.
Here's a quart of salad. I'm going to give you a tablespoon of dressing. It's like,
who the fuck is measuring salad in quarts?
It's like the container.
It's a
container. It's a pint. It's a pint of salad.
Probably don't even know how much pint is.
Nope.
16 ounces.
It's a cup.
Cup's 8 ounces.
Yeah, I know.
That's always loved on like chemicals when they send it.
Yeah.
Is they always mark, obviously we'll get them in 2.5 gallon jugs and stuff like that, but they always have dashes of half gallon, 1 gallon, all the way up to the 2.5. And then you'll read the label. It's like, put 2 pints of, it's like, well, don't give me one fucking, and then tell me the other.
Yeah. We got a sprayer here, and it's like one you just mix. It's not.
Right.
So I go and I get just like the concentrate instead of just buying like a gallon of Roundup and dumping the Roundup in there. I just bought the concentrate you mix with water, right?
Yeah.
So I go and I'm like, okay, I tell my wife, I said, okay, it's 8 ounces, so it's a cup for every gallon of water.
Holy shit, that is a lot.
Yeah, that's what the bottle says.
So it's really not concentrate.
No.
It is not concentrate.
So
the Roundup I use, if you're spraying in 1 gallon, it takes 1 fucking ounce.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's store-bought stuff. So she's like, what do you, she goes, you don't put water in Roundup. I was like, it's not Roundup. You mix it. Okay. So I was like, gallon. She's like, but it's not, like, she wasn't getting that I just didn't buy the tub. I bought a sprayer, so we don't have to buy the expensive Roundup.
Yeah,
just buy
because you're buying water.
Yes, just mix it with water. Oh, okay. Do you want me to do it? Yeah, go ahead and mix it. I'll just spray it. It's like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Just get that out of the way. You're smarter than this. You're smarter than me.
Yeah,
put it together.
You buy 1 gallon of Roundup, and then if you just buy the actual like you get it, you can get it at TSC.
Yeah.
Roundup Max or whatever they call it. Of 1 gallon is 1 ounce, so it's like, well, it's fucking $85 for the 2.5 gallons. It's like, well, first of all, it's going to last you fucking 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
But secondly, if like you just realize how much money you're spending on water, like you're buying water.
Yeah.
That they put just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other thing of like, and it's not really Roundup because they're putting other shit in there.
Yeah.
Because Roundup takes, when you spray Roundup, it's like 7 to 10 days it takes for Roundup to kill something.
This should just kill it.
It's like the next day it's dead. It's like, well, you didn't, you basically you burned the plant. That's why it'll come back.
Yeah.
Roundup's function, there's 2 functions. One, it's a foliar, so it comes in through the leaf, and it runs it through its life cycle to kill it, which means it kills the root.
Yeah, not just the top part of it.
Now, if it's dead in 24 hours, you basically just burned it. You didn't kill the root.
Mm-hmm. It's going to come back.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
And then the second option is Roundup has no ground activity, so you can't just spray it over a flower bed because as soon as it hits dirt,
it's done.
It's neutral. It doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. So the Live Golf, huh?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Live Golf.
Well, PGA Tour suspended all of them now.
Yeah, I figured.
Most of them already dropped out of like...
Yeah, they're all suspended. They're all gone.
My thought is like the guys that didn't have PGA Tour cards that are playing in this, what if... So they're not allowed to qualify because you didn't mention them guys. Mm-hmm. So what if they play in this event?
Yeah.
And then they try to go to Q School and qualify? Are you going to spend them because they already played in it? I mean, it's a weird...
It is a weird thing. It's a weird thing for just the PGA to just change the way they do things.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that you guarantee the people the money. I'm not. I know that's a big part of it, why people are moving. But maybe, share the wealth a little bit from what you make.
Yeah.
Or you have different rules and make the cut a little bit. We'll do something to...
Well, you could just do... They're never gonna pay people to show up.
No.
You're never gonna have appearance fees. That's never gonna work, which is fine.
Yeah.
And you're talking about, like, when you're talking about appearance fees, you're talking about the top fucking 0.5%.
Yeah.
The people that are struggling with the money-wise, the people that are really, like a Phil Mickelson or a Dustin Johnson or anybody, like, they're getting fucked because they're not getting their worth from the PGA Tour. Like, hey, people are watching us.
Yeah.
You're not really holding up your end. But the people who really get fucked are, like, the guys just trying to hang on.
Mm-hmm.
156 guys in a tournament. Yeah, obviously majors are different, but standard field is 156 players, and they usually cut down to top 70 in ties.
Mm-hmm.
Just have enough in the playing pool of like, hey, if you get cut, you get 10 grand.
Yeah.
We'll cover your fucking travel basically, and maybe a little bit, because you got to pay your caddy whether you fucking make the cut or not.
Yeah.
Like, you got to pay the guy for his time.
Yeah.
And then whatever percentage you work out for what you make.
Yeah.
But,
is there a caddy, like, union?
No.
Okay, I didn't know if there's is there like a set base that the PGA Tour says you have to pay them, or is it like an agreed
independent
upon
contract?
Okay.
It just depends on who you're with. A lot of times, like if you're caddying for a big guy, he's probably going to pay for your travel, obviously, and then he might pay you $5,000 a week.
Gotcha.
And then whatever percentage you work out of the purse.
Okay.
People always say, well, it's 10%. Well, it is for some people, but then again, some people it's 5% of, hey, if I'm paying you $5,000 or $10,000 a week that you caddy, you're not getting 10 fucking percent.
Yeah.
Because, I'm paying you, if I'm paying you $200,000 a year to be my caddy, I'm not giving you fucking 10%.
Yeah.
Because you don't give me any, you don't cut your fee on if we miss the cut.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not giving you the 10%. Yeah.
And a lot of times, like Ben Curtis, when he was from Ohio, he's from Ohio, and when he won the Open, obviously traveling over there, he's not taking a caddy with him.
Yeah.
He uses, there's always a local guy, caddies for the club.
Yeah.
that you just strike a deal with them. Hey, I'll give you $500 this week, carry a bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I do something, obviously he ended up winning it, so the caddy got more, but
gotcha.
You'll catch that a lot. Like the lower guys will just pick up a loop, at wherever they're at. If they can't afford to, struggling to afford to travel themselves, they're not going to be paying for a caddy.
Yeah.
That was another difference in the live is the live is paying the caddy's expenses.
Oh, okay.
It's not out. The player doesn't have to pay for it. No, we'll pay for your travel. We'll put you up.
Oh.
We'll shuttle you to the course. We'll feed you.
Oh, that's nice.
It's like, it's a good it's a weird thing. It's a good level up, and everybody's pissed off because they murdered that guy in that embassy and carried him out in a suitcase.
Yeah,
that's the obviously the female stuff too.
Yeah,
and the stonings, but
yeah,
it's like
all of that stuff.
But like as far as the actual golf wise, like they're fucking taking care of them.
Yeah, yeah,
because it's you make it at least $150,000. The winner gets $4 million plus that team event.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. Like, there's another $5 million up for this event where the 4-man teams, the top 3 finishers in that, like the winning one gets $3 million, and then so there's another $250,000. Of like, hey,
Yeah, I mean they won't let you retire, but you have to play till you're dead.
Well, and then if you are what they call the points, whatever the points leader at the end of the year, like $15 million. Yeah. And then, the team events, like another $20 million, it's like some fucking money.
They're paying, I mean,
I was watching on McAfee yesterday, and Andrew Brandt was on talking about that it's the Saudis trying to like change their image globally. Mm-hmm. So this money comes out of their fund for that. Yeah. Which currently, of what they knew, they have an account that's got about $600 billion in it. Oh, okay. For this purpose, which is probably on the low end if that's the number you heard. Yeah. So it's like, well, I don't know how they're going to make a profit. No, this is advertising that they're doing. So they're not looking to. Yeah. And the $25 million purse this week is like us, getting a fucking Big Mac. Yeah. Compared to what, and not even that. Mm-hmm. I just want to know, like, are they gonna TV event it? Is it it's on YouTube. YouTube, okay. TV's gonna be tough. Yeah. Because it's not like, ESPN has contracts with PGA Tour. Mm-hmm. They don't, I assume they don't have a non-compete because who else are they gonna be, Yeah. But you don't want to burn that. Mm-hmm. Everything's kind of, because the U.S. Open said, you can play in here. So Dustin Johnson will play, Phil Mickelson will play, all that stuff. The Open Championship's going to be the same way. I'm going to guess. A lot of it's going to be on the Masters. Mm-hmm. Because like Dustin and Phil are past champions, so they can play forever. Yeah. They applied for World Golf Rankings. It's going to depend on if the World Golf Rankings takes this live in. Because that's the only, if you haven't won the Masters before, the only other way to get in is if you win a PGA Tour event, which you are no longer allowed to play in. Yeah. In the top however many in the World Golf Rankings. So if they don't recognize the World Golf Rankings and you're not a past champion of the Masters, you're never playing in the fucking Masters again. Yeah. So, that's is the toss up. Yeah. Because that's the one. Yeah, that everybody wants to play in. I mean, it's the Masters, for God's sake. And it'll be the same thing of like, if you don't have exemptions to either of the Opens, you still have the option to go through a qualifier. Yeah. To try to qualify for it. So, which it sucked for the schlubs that are actually trying to make it, you know, because there's always the guy that drives a beer truck that got into the U.S. Open that year. Of like, now you got to beat out Dustin Johnson. Yeah, which he won a U.S. Open, so he's still got an exemption for like 6 years or whatever. But like, you got to play the professional. Yeah, and it's not like a beat it around tour professional. It's like, hey, this guy was like top 10 in the world. Yeah, and you're trying to beat him out. You got to beat him because you're competing for the same one spot. Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that, buddy. Because that was always the one, like being from Ohio. Because there's 2 stages, like you get first stage of the U.S. Open qualifying. Mm-hmm. If you get through that, you go to second stage. And depending on where you at is how many spots get in, like tournament in Ohio. Maybe there's four spots available for the U.S. Open for the qualifier in Ohio. And it's usually 4 or 5 for Ohio, simply for the fact that it usually takes place this week.
Yeah.
And why is that important to know? Because last week was the Memorial. So every tour player trying to qualify for the Open usually ended up playing in the Ohio one.
Yeah.
Of like, oh.
Gotcha.
Because I know it happened. Can't remember how long it was. It was Matsuyama or somebody like that. Like shot like fucking 59 at the Open qualifier.
Yeah.
Of like, well, I've been working for years for my one shot, and I finally made it. I shot a 65. This guy beat me by fucking 6 shots.
Yeah. Shoot, what free? He's got to be pissed off about his little cut last week where he had that circle painted on his driver.
It's just fucking stupid. I don't understand what he was thinking.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You're allowed to do it with a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Can't use whiteout.
Yeah.
You can't. You're not allowed to be able to feel it, and it filled the grooves. Now, was he doing it for any reason? No, because it's really going to fuck up your shot. It was just for alignment, which you're allowed to do.
Yeah.
Of like, for sure, just don't do that.
Yeah.
Like any other substance probably would have been okay.
Yeah. It's funny.
Get a white Sharpie.
Yeah.
They exist.
They exist, yeah. All colors, actually. Sharpies,
anything you want.
Sharpies kind of, broaden their horizon.
Yeah.
Their pens are nice.
Yeah. I watched Horrible Bosses when it kept writing on that board with a Sharpie of like, now it says murder and kidnapping. No, kidnapping. One more P it would be. It's kidnapping.
Yeah.
Went on a run this week on HBO. I've watched both The Horrible Bosses. Watched Constantine twice.
It's a good one.
Love that fucking movie. That pissed me off when I heard that interview. Keanu Reeves wanted to make a second one, and they're like, "No, we're good." Of like,
why not?
Like, well, the comic book fans didn't really like it because technically, he's supposed to be British.
Yeah.
Of like, it's Keanu fucking Reeves.
Let him be it, man. Jesus.
It's a good movie.
It was a good movie.
And they're like, well, it didn't do as well. Yeah, it only, they made it for 40 and it made 150. God forbid.
God forbid they did anything. And it was in a time and place where comic books didn't really have a thing. Unless it was Spider-Man or Superman or Batman, it didn't make any money because nobody knew how Constantine was.
Tons of bitches.
Yeah. No, I like the movie.
I watched that Barry. You ever watch that?
Is that with Bill Hader? No, I've never seen it.
Hitman.
No.
It's good and bad. Like, there's some low points of like, oh, right, you're getting a little artsy here.
Yeah.
Of like, I need your Bill Hader. I kind of need some funniness.
Funny. Yeah.
But boy, there's this one fucking scene. And it's not even really a scene. It's just his lines of like how he wants to take someone out.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if anybody watched. Spoiler alert if you watch it. And if you hadn't seen like, I don't know, a couple episodes or so.
Yeah.
But like his girlfriend, like her show got canceled and like the head of the streaming service that canceled it or whatever. He's like, what do you want me to take care of her? Like, she doesn't know that he's,
Yeah.
And he's like how? He goes, well, I take a picture of her sleeping and then just leave it next to her.
Yeah.
She wouldn't even know I was there.
Yeah.
And he goes, and then he just says, I'd go in and like move her furniture and then replace her furniture with slightly smaller furniture. And then I would replace her dog with a slightly different dog to where she would just lose her mind and she'd probably just end up killing herself. And it was just the way he's like, I just replace her dog with a slightly different dog. Just slowly she'll lose her mind and probably kill herself.
Jesus.
And it was such a deadpan, obviously from him. Of like, that's fucking hilarious.
Awesome.
Just switch a dog for slightly different dog.
Different furniture just to go
just
nuts.
Make it a little smaller so she thinks she's bigger.
Yeah.
And slowly lose her mind.
Lose her mind.
She'll never know.
Nope. That's funny. No, it never really got my attention.
It's a tough shit. Like, if you're not...
I like Bill Hader. I think he's funny.
The first season I ever watched was years ago, whenever it first came out. And it came out in the wintertime, obviously in the golf business, a lot of fucking shit going on for me. And where you could just binge it out.
Yeah.
And it was like, Like, if I was watching it week to week, I'd have never made it past the first.
Yeah.
Like, the first episode, there's some stuff, and then it has this, well, you got to get past these first three, or you could just make it a heater right out of the gate.
Yeah, give me something good.
The fucking first 3 minutes of The Boys is fucking exciting.
Yeah, exactly. That's when I got hooked.
Hey, yeah, this is an explosion of a fucking person.
Mm-hmm.
35 seconds into the first episode.
Yeah.
Oh, my fucking God.
Yeah.
God, I love that show. Those first three.
Those first three
piss
this
me
new
off
season.
so much that they just go one by one.
Oh, I know now. Give me all of them. I'd have watched them.
If you want to do 3.
Yeah.
And then the next week, give me 3. And then the next week, give me 3.
Yeah, and then I guess...
And make me wait for the season finale.
Yeah.
And you got a month.
Yeah.
Don't give me 3, and then I don't know how many episodes are in the season.
I think 10, right?
10 or 8 or something, whatever. Like, don't make me do the next...
5 weeks or whatever it is. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were so... That everybody is just exploding.
It is amazing how they explode people.
It is.
Like, it's
great.
just like, it's like a water balloon.
Yeah. I tell you what.
Filled with gerbil guts.
Yeah. that senator might have the coolest powers.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just look at him. But just, okay.
Well, that's, okay.
It reminds me of the movie Accepted, where he's like, I want to learn how to blow shit up with my mind. Like, that's the only thing that it takes me back to. But she does it. Yeah, she does
Glenn, these are amazing.
You have amazing wads. Oh,
is that what it is? Wads, isn't it?
Yeah. Glenn, I love your wad.
This is a good movie. This is funny.
It is. But no, I mean, The Boys, I'm not going to say anything else really about it, but it was it was so exciting. It's just, even the lower parts are exciting because you're just waiting for the next person to explode.
Yeah, because you're gonna catch some downtime, but it's not gonna last long.
Yeah, it's good. I do enjoy it. I started to watch it. I think my wife passed out at like 10 with the babies, and so I was like, okay, I'll turn this on.
The baby. The other one's a toddler.
Okay, whatever.
Can't call them both babies.
Sorry, the
anymore.
boys. I'll just say The Boys. I didn't want to keep saying The Boys that way they're confused of like my boys aren't exploding.
Yeah.
It's the TV show.
I don't guess when can you stop saying baby?
I think when they
I'll tell you what, when they start mean mugging you every time you come over, they're not a fucking baby anymore. I mean,
I would say when they walk, you can stop calling them a baby.
This is time I show up here. It's like, I'm going to kick your ass. That's the look that I get from the 2-year-old.
Yeah, he's a mean bastard.
And he might.
He's mean.
I've seen him bang some stuff around. I mean, I got injuries everywhere. It's like one shot to the outside of the ankle, I might be just over.
But no, I turned it on, and it's like the very first scene with the miniature guy. And my wife wakes up, and she goes, what the fuck are you watching? And it scared me because I didn't, and I almost felt like I was watching something like I shouldn't be watching. And I'm like, nothing. It's a superhero show. And she goes, what the fuck kind of superheroes? And she has no idea what this show is. And I'm like, just go back to sleep. It's fine. Don't question me about what I'm watching.
It's because it was in there. There's a spider bite. It's so itchy down here.
So the next morning, she's like, but seriously, what were you watching? And I'm like, and I explained it to her. She goes, oh, that's weird. I'm like, yeah. It's like everything like kid-friendly about superhero movies, this show is the complete opposite.
That fucking scene that you just, oh my God. Of like,
it's like,
oh, this is going weird.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep. Yep.
So fucking good.
So fucking good. Yeah, but then when she was, what the fuck? And I literally jumped. I was like, nothing.
Like
Nothing's going on.
Porn.
Yeah, nothing's going on. I'm not touching myself.
I respect you so much. I watch porn that doesn't have women in it.
Yep. Don't question me. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Yeah, it was good.
Rest your eyes.
I think then she said, I woke up when he was small and he was staring at it. And she goes, I kept thinking, what is that?
Yeah. Yeah. There's an angle you don't see at that size.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's like, what is that? I'm like, I was like, it's penis. Okay. Go back to sleep.
I don't know. Like, obviously, what do we got to give a couple weeks before we can discuss these episodes?
Yeah, probably.
They're awesome.
No, I give them a week. Next week, we can
discuss the first three. If you haven't listened to if you haven't watched the first three by next week, we're going to spoil the shit out of it.
Probably should watch it. That way
It's the best show on. It's the best thing going
right now. Yeah.
Join the revolution.
Yeah. That the black dude, the boss.
Yeah.
He's got such a cool voice. Like, it sounds scary as shit. He can read me a bedtime story, and I'm like, I'm kind of intrigued. You gonna murder me after you read this, or
maybe because he's always a bad guy?
Yeah, he is.
He's a big meth dealer.
Well, that wasn't Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah, he was a chicken guy.
Yeah,
the pollo loco.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah,
pollo.
Either.
Believe it's chicken.
It is chicken because I ordered at the Mexican restaurants.
I believe El is like the.
It is
the chicken.
The chicken.
And loco means crazy.
Yep, he's the crazy chicken.
Crazy chicken head.
Nice.
I think that's his name.
Cool. The weird name. Sounds, scarier in Spanish.
Meth.
Sounds scarier in Spanish.
Yeah. That's the only two things I've ever seen that guy in. I don't know what else he's in.
He's
probably a big time act. Probably like a Broadway guy.
Could be.
It's always stuff like that. It's like, who the hell is this guy? And then everybody's like, oh, he is so great. It's like, what?
Yeah. I think I looked him up one time. I know he played in one of like the newer Disney Plus Star Wars things. I know he was in that, but I've never watched it, so I couldn't tell you exactly.
I gave up on all that shit. There's just too many things you got to follow along with anymore. Who has the time?
I mean, you do in the winter, but not right now when they put it all out because they don't put anything out in the winter.
Put everything out in the summertime. All right.
Think of the rest of us.
Kind of fucking busy.
Yeah.
Last Sunday night, man, we had an outing on Monday.
Yeah.
I slept 40 minutes.
Actually,
I went into work Sunday night, and then I had to be back at work at 3 in the morning on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I got home Sunday night, and like, you get that pounding headache sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you move a finger, your head starts pounding.
Yeah.
Couldn't fall asleep.
What time did you go in Sunday afternoon? Like 4-ish, 4 or 5-ish? Did you get there?
Yeah, probably.
I think I watched you turn in. I was a couple cars back.
Yeah.
Like, had to go in early, huh?
Yeah.
Had to come in again?
Yeah, I had to come in late and then go in early. So I had to, my alarm was set for 1:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
For Monday morning, and I didn't fall asleep till like 12:50.
Nice.
I guess we're going back to work.
I just get a cot and sleep here.
Would have been nice.
Yeah.
I don't have a TV there, and the internet sucks down in the building.
Yeah, never mind. Then you gotta watch
like
shit.
Fucking satellite internet.
Yeah. Stupid.
Time for that shit.
You want to do our 80s top 10 now?
First of all, let's talk about like, at what point in time does Deshaun Watson get suspended now?
Oh, yeah.
Because we haven't talked since that article came out.
He's got to be.
Well, he's going to get put on the commissioner's list.
Yeah.
Which means you still get fully paid.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Browns are. I saw a clip, and it was when Happy Gilmore goes and begs Chubbs to help him out. And he's like, "You're stupid, or you're smart. I'm stupid." It's like the Browns to Baker Mayfield. Because, I mean, there's no way he plays this season now.
No.
There was a chance before the article came out.
Yeah.
There was a chance.
What was it, 66 women?
Yeah.
In like 15 months?
Yeah.
Like,
but I don't get it. Some of them said that it was okay.
Yeah.
Like, I mean.
Well, I mean, you're always going to get that of like, hey, you're an Instagram masseuse. They got a chance to suck off Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I think he likes me.
Yeah.
Like, well, no, he paid you for it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so there's no way he plays
and then when
this
his
year.
attorney comes out and goes, it's really not illegal to get a happy ending. Like,
yeah, kind of is.
I don't think you're allowed to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, for sure they let what's his face
just
do
get
it.
a hooker.
Yeah,
dude. Like if this came out,
you're Deshaun Watson. Why do you need to pay for it?
Well, I think he thought it would avoid this here, like because most people like. Any Instagram female, they mostly think they're hookers for the most part. Like, you shove your tits up on Instagram, so if I give you enough money, you'll blow me.
Gotcha.
Thinking or he's just a
fiend.
Yeah, fucking scumbag.
Exactly.
I mean, either way,
probably
but
both.
For sure, just buy a high end hooker.
Yeah,
because they'll kind of do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get he bought a hooker of like. That goes away. That story is done in like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like, he paid $5,000 for one of the hottest chicks that anybody's ever seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes away quickly.
Yeah.
But this was like
I'd say by July, he gets the decisions made.
And that's the other thing I mentioned with Andrew Brandt when he was on the other day. He was talking about, obviously, he seems like he's seen the contract.
Yeah.
And that's what he said. He said, it seems like Watson's agent is the one who wrote the contract. Like, there is stuff written into it.
Yeah.
That they can't even, I mean, like, they just owe him the money.
Wow.
Like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Like it was, when it came in of 22 when he signed it, but everybody knew the 23rd was coming.
Yeah,
and then the 24th, nobody fucking seemed to know about. And then the article of like, hey, maybe there's some shit in this contract of, hey, he wasn't totally upfront with us, but it is like that is, it's like fucking bulletproof. Like he might have to murder the owner's wife and he might still get half.
Oh my God.
Like, I mean, like it is.
Yeah, it's rock solid.
You're fucking paying him.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. If he never plays a fucking snap, you owe him $185 million.
It's crazy. Wow. I mean, I don't think he plays this year for sure.
No. I don't see how.
Can't.
That'd be the funny thing because they wrote that in this contract for the first year that he only makes $1 million because they knew he's going to get suspended and he wouldn't lose any money. If they put him on the commissioner's exempt list for this year, he still gets paid, so he gets his $1 million, and then it finally settles up, and then they suspend him in year 2.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're talking about exempt list, so you don't play this year, and then a suspension comes.
Yeah.
You'd be looking at 3 years of him never playing football.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, if you're suspended, obviously, if you don't get a game, you don't get your game check if you can't be on the game. You know, that it's technically when they suspend you, they suspend your pay basically like it's a fine, and it probably gets donated to charity or whatever.
Probably something or other. Yeah,
it's a fucking interesting deal.
Yeah, it is.
And that was what Andrew Brandt was talking about. He goes, "It's the only way that Cleveland got him because that's what he said. Of Carolina was in it, Atlanta was in it. New Orleans is in it. He's from the South.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns were out of it. And then all of a sudden he's in Cleveland.
Yeah. We'll pay you everything.
With the fully guaranteed biggest contract in NFL history.
Yeah.
So that's the only way he could get to Cleveland. And now those other 3 teams are like, thank fucking God.
Yeah. Man, we would have looked like stupid assholes. Now the Browns get to.
Yeah. They get Jacoby Brissett.
Yep.
And, then they excuse Baker from mandatory OTA or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Because that would have been fun. Because he would have had to show up. Because if he didn't show up, if they didn't excuse him, if he didn't show up, he gets fucking fined. A lot.
Yeah.
And it's not, and people say, it's only $50,000, $20,000 you get fined. But the second side of that people don't realize, you miss those mandatory days, you get fined.
Yeah.
It's not just the fine. They take away your guarantee.
Oh, okay.
So, you only got fined $50,000 to make him $15 million anyways. Yeah, but they took away half his guaranteed money, so now he's only making $8 million.
Yeah,
that's how that works. That's why the fine is nothing. Now, most teams don't take away guarantees because it's the guy they're trying to get. You know, but that's part of that. Like a lot of people don't know of like, hey, your guaranteed money can go the fuck away. Of like now they can just cut you.
Yeah,
and you get nothing.
Wow, that's wild. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Learn something every day.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes I'll learn 2 things.
Yeah.
Like you're liking to look at the business end of a wiener while your wife is asleep next to you.
Well, sometimes it happens.
Hey, it's just the risk you take.
Yep.
All right, you want to do this 80s thing?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's freaking do it. Did you have any honorable mentions first that didn't make the cut, but you wanted to throw them on there?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even really have any hate people in this one. I just hated Terry Bradshaw so much that's why he was on the first one.
I didn't put like the 3 guys that I kind of like back and forth on were Roger Craig, Warren Moon, and Howie Long. Like those 3 guys, they didn't make my top 10, but like those guys are notable guys that I knew about from the 80s.
Yeah.
didn't really, crack my top 10 list.
Yeah.
But guys that were good, I think kind of Warren Moon revolutionized the way the quarterback was,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Roger Craig he was kind of nobody really thought about him because he had Montana and fucking Jerry Rice. And it's just like, yeah, okay, this guy's pretty good too. All right. You start with
I'll
your
start
10.
with 10 just because, and we've already talked about him before. Walter Payton's on that
Okay.
list because that was, the last 6 years of his career and his Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't play the whole decade, but he's Walter fucking Payton.
Yeah.
So
I put Eric Dickerson on my number 10.
okay.
Yeah. What? You think you have him higher? Well, it's your thing. You don't have to judge me. I'm not.
Hey, I'll judge whoever the fuck I want to judge, pal. Don't you tell me how to judge.
I like other guys. All right. Sorry.
And
Yeah.
it's been the topic of conversation last.
You know that. Yeah.
I wish I was a little man.
Yeah. Eric Dickerson, stud.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Stud.
All right.
All right. At number 9, I got one of your honorable mentions, Howie Long.
Okay.
Just, defensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Start of.
Yeah. Start of kind of that in betweener, like not like a defensive end, but defensive tackle kind of body style kind of thing. Yeah. My number 9, probably gonna roll your eyes again at me, is Ronnie Lott. I mean, what he was doing at safety is kind of what the safeties do nowadays.
Yeah.
Just kind of everywhere in the box, come up and smack you, and good player.
Hell of a good player. My number 8, the guy's a loser.
Okay, well, I know who this is going to be. I saved him for the next decade.
Did you?
Yeah, just because that's when he won his
wins.
Yeah, because the wins. But he had his years in the 80s.
That was
yeah. He went in 7 years in the 80s. He went to 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, and like the biggest the
comebacks.
they still
the drives,
talk about. We're talking about John Elway.
Yeah,
he didn't win anything in the 80s.
But that's why I went with the 90s. Yeah.
That is a weird one because he's nowhere near as good in the 90s as he was in the 80s.
But he won 2 Super Bowls.
But it's kind of that's a weird, and it's always going to be tough with quarterbacks, especially when you get into. Well, he played 16 fucking years.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
like, what decade are you picking that he was?
Yeah, he could be in the 80s for sure, but I went with the 90s because that's when he won his 2 Super Bowls.
He went to 3 Super Bowls and he won 2. Terrell Davis won 2 Super Bowls for him.
Sure he did. Yeah, 100% did. Well, not one. He got hurt during one.
That's right.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the zone read.
Yep.
That was such a revolution. They don't even really block. They just they run this way, and then he just kind of picks it and goes. Of like, he's very good.
Yep.
I'm sure that's not the first time that blocking scheme was used.
Probably not. Probably just as successful.
Just happened to. Yeah, it happened to work with the running back you had and the lineman you had, and then you also have this guy slinging the rock around here that if the linebacker makes so many plays, he might be able to just throw his head off.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take you out of the fucking game. I'll just hit you with the ball. I throw it 985 mile an hour.
Yeah. All right, so your number 8 is John Elway.
Yep.
Mine is his draftee counterpart. Mine is Dan Marino at number 8.
Okay.
I put him. I kind of think you kind of do either one. Dan Marino. He's one of the guys where he's up on my list of guys who should have a ring. It's just sad that he doesn't have a ring. But fantastic quarterback.
And I love that. Like when people make lists and stuff like that, Dan Marino's always on it. Mm-hmm. But then when they leave a guy off, they're like, well, fucking Phillip Rivers never won a ring. Mm-hmm. Like, well, fucking neither Dan Marino.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't use arguments like that. They're either good or they're not.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Because I always hate that of when people talk about Phillip Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a Hall of Famer. Hey, he was a winning starting quarterback for 18 fucking years in the league. Guy's going to the Hall of Fame.
Probably. Fuck him, but probably.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, they always crumble. But the crumbling, was never really him. It's like their team was built to not win in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
That's
all
right. Where are we at? 7. 7 is where I have Eric Dickerson.
Okay, gotcha.
I think he's better than you had him. What'd you have him at 10?
Yeah, I had him at 10.
Not that far off.
No. Anthony Munoz is my number 7.
What a piece of shit you are.
What?
He's fucking better than 7,
oh,
pal.
my God. There's other people better. He's arguably...
Fucking then? We're talking about the 80s. We're not talking about now. I'm not talking about fucking Joe Thomas.
I don't think I have any other offensive linemen up there.
Yeah, but he's one of the great at the position until Joe Thomas came along. That guy was like the best fucking offensive tackle ever.
He is. He still is. I would say he's in the top 5 for sure.
Well, he would be, but I think Joe Thomas probably is better.
Because of longevity, or
not even that, but like you can't just win one game a fucking year.
Yeah,
like at least he was, on some Super Bowl. Yeah. They didn't win, but he
was on some teams. Yeah,
this is like his best tackle ever. He's got 7 wins in his fucking career, and he played for a long fucking time.
Yeah. No, but Anthony Munoz, number 7.
He was one too when I was a kid, and like it's always a struggle for me to pronounce his last name. Just the way that Munoz, Munoz, I can't do it.
Okay.
Tony M. Tony Balls. Tony Football. That's what they call him. My number 6.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice. I assume you have him in the 90s or at the same number.
I have him in my 80s list, but not a number 6.
Oh, you got him higher up?
I got him higher up, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Jerry Rice.
I think he's a piece of shit.
Okay.
Actually, the only reason I don't like him is because he's on a radio commercial.
Okay.
And they play it all the fucking time. Like every commercial break that's on there, it's like,
hey, this is Jerry Rice.
I'm kind of tired of fucking Jerry Rice.
Number 6 is, I think it's more of a personal number 6 because growing up, my dad talked about this guy, and I think he had a jersey of his. Is John Riggins. He like the stories where he would just like go drink a bunch of beer and then go play football. I don't know, just something about it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Like just went out there and played, didn't give a shit. But I mean, I remember watching like highlights and stuff. It's like, how are you able to move the way you move and look like the way that you look?
Yeah.
He looks like he should be blocking for himself.
Yeah.
But just ran people over. I don't know. I like John Riggins.
All right.
It's a weird number 6, I know.
Yeah. But hey.
Yeah,
it's your fucking list.
Oh, I know. Got my name at the top.
My number 5, I have Anthony Munoz.
Okay. I have Joe Montana, my number 5.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yep. I mean those eye rolls, man. Jesus. It's my favorite, not who's the best.
I understand that, but I don't know you're thinking.
Well, I have favorites.
I don't know. I know.
I mean, I'm just like my favorite of all time is it's probably a weird thing, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, like my favorite players aren't like I don't know how to say it. Like they're not like the average people's favorite players, you know what I mean?
Well, I understand that.
So yeah, I mean my list is going to be super weird.
Yeah. I just like
he's one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, and he's number 5. It's
it's kind of one of like he's on like he's in that debate of like
best quarterback ever
or player.
Yeah,
you know,
I know
like
what you mean. Yeah,
it's like
yes,
ooh.
But I mean I see what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like
but no, I know there. I mean, there's obviously some fucking studs on this, like the 80s.
Yeah, that's like prime
really started to come into its own of what fucking football players were.
Yeah. All right.
My number 4, I have Dan Marino.
Okay.
Rocket laser arm.
Yeah. My number 4, I have LT. Lawrence Taylor, the original LT.
Yeah.
What? I mean, I'm sure he's probably your 1. I don't spoil it, but yeah, number 4, Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
Probably the greatest defensive player of all time.
Or player.
Okay. No, I mean, he's fantastic. I like Lawrence Taylor. My personal number 4.
This is one where I bring back one of yours. Number 3, Ronnie Lott.
Okay.
Like as you say with like a Lawrence Taylor or whatever, like
yeah,
like that did like what he didn't exist. Like it's kind of one of those things too of like putting running backs on the list and stuff because running back was a big job, but like in a 10-year span when you have OJ, then you had Walter, and then you had, like that was the game. Well, Ronnie Lott didn't fucking exist until Ronnie Lott existed, and then didn't exist for another 10 years after he fucking retired.
Exactly. He basically, I would say revolutionized the safety position, but he did. Yeah. I mean, he was like, oh shit, you're up in the box. Oh shit, you're back there. I mean, fantastic. My number 3, I love this guy. because he's mouthy. Bruce Smith.
Okay.
No, I like Bruce Smith a lot. So when I was a kid, and I don't know if they still do this or not, on the NFL Network on Super Bowl Sundays, they would play like the hour highlight tape of all of the Super Bowls that they had. And I went through a run where they were just showing like the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, and it was
and it's a 4-year span there.
And it was like, oh, Bruce Smith. And ever since then, I've always liked him. And so I had to put him on my list.
Was it Don Beebe chasing down and slapping it?
Slaps it. Yep, exactly.
It is Don, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. I've always liked Bruce Smith. All right, top 2.
It's kind of the first one, like your last name's Beebe and your first name's Don.
Yeah. doesn't go with it.
Yeah, it
doesn't go together.
I was in that time frame, obviously, they're all the fucking Thurman Thomas, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
His fucking name was awesome. And then, like, Tecmo Bowl came out, and, like, you couldn't use Bo Jackson because it's fucking illegal.
Cheating. Yeah, exactly.
And so you go with Thurman Thomas.
Well, that's funny. When I first played Tecmo Bowl, I was like...
Super Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
Tecmo Bowl, the old one, is fucking garbage. That was the first one.
I might have been like 12 or 13, and one of my uncles bought the old one, and they were playing it, and we like he's like, okay, you can't use Bo Jackson. I was like, okay, why? He's like, I'll show you. So we played a game, and then he goes, okay, now you be the Raiders and be Bo Jackson. You can't fucking tackle the guy. Like it's literally, you can go sideline to sideline up,
that weave thing of nobody can catch you.
Yeah.
There are videos of people taking the first snap and running out the whole 5 minutes in one play.
Yeah.
Of just running back and forth. Like it's like, feel like he should get tired, but he doesn't. Because there's a couple of those. So I think in Madden, one of those years, like
they put tired on the thing.
One of the years was Michael Vick.
Oh yeah.
That it was to the point of like, hey, if you're playing, you can't use the fucking Falcons because Michael. It's like that Bo Jackson thing of like, hey, they kind of made this.
One of the Madden, I can't remember which one it was. There's a glitch on it when you return kicks. If you go 10 yards in either direction and you instantly angle back the other way, you score a touchdown. Yeah, because however it works, he just runs at this angle and none of the players are there, and you score every time.
Well, there was on the Nintendo sports game wise, Double Dribble, the basketball game. Yeah, had that too. That if you shot a corner three,
oh yeah, it's in Family Guy.
Like he was going, that. Of like, hey, you can't fucking do that. It's cheating.
You can't like fade away the three in the corner.
Yeah, fade away the three in the corner, and you never miss.
Corner three.
Like, yeah.
Okay, who's your number 2?
Joe Montana.
Okay, makes sense.
The best quarterback I've seen since Joe Montana.
My number 2. And he could probably be in the 90s ones too, but Reggie White is my number 2.
Yeah.
Reggie White is.
He's probably going to be in my 90s one because his 80s portion, obviously the Eagles fucking sucked and he, got more.
Yes. The way.
More through, like he was dominant in the 80s, but he became Reggie White in the 90s.
The way that he was just able to throw around giant human beings with minimal effort is just, I don't know how the long arm that he has, he just off me, throw him down and go make a tackle. It's just fucking crazy.
Well, I always remember like his push and knife move that he had.
Yeah.
I always remember like when you'd listen to Mike and Mike and Golick would talk about that, and they'd be like the coaches would bring him up and try to have him explain how to do it. Yeah. And it's like, and he would try to do it, and then like at the end of the day, somebody's like, "Hey, Coach, we're not Reggie fucking White. Like,
we can't do that." Yeah,
I don't have stupid long arms and the incredible timing to push with my left and then knife my right under, and then also be fast enough to have my other foot moving. So by the time my arm extends, I'm already half a step past the guy. Yeah. I'm a big defensive tackle and a white guy.
Yeah, can't do that. Can't move like that.
I don't have that game.
Yep. It's not me.
But I always love that when they're like, well, teach him how to do it. It's like, hey, Michael. Yeah. Can you teach him how to do this stuff? Of like, he's Michael fucking Jordan.
Yeah.
No,
I can't because it's what I do.
Teach me how to throw a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. No. No. Number 1. Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
That's one of those, like, just conversations we had a little bit back of Joe Montana, greatest quarterback ever. Argument, Tom Brady, greatest quarterback ever. those guys aren't in, they're in the conversation, but like when you start saying best football player ever, like Lawrence
Taylor's up there.
Obviously, he did some shit after, that's not recommended.
Yeah.
But that's that. Like, I'll give you, like, Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say that Tom Brady's the best football player ever.
Yeah.
I'll give, they'll put them in the arguments, and maybe they're in that top 5, like Joe Montana and stuff like that. But, like, Lawrence Taylor, like, you're getting into arguments in that aspect of it, to me, like an Aaron Donald is an argument.
Mm-hmm.
It, to me, even though
it's pure,
fucking hate the team, fucking Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, I mean, I hate the fucking Ravens.
But it's more, it's player, skill, athleticism, talent, all of those wrapped into one. Like Tom Brady, you could put Lawrence Taylor at fucking quarterback and he's probably scoring a touchdown. Like you're not putting Tom Brady at fucking linebacker and he's getting a sack. Like I know what you're saying. You're putting all of those intangibles together to make the best player.
That, like in the Ed Reed thing, like I don't think people
realize how fucking good that guy is. Yeah.
Like Ed Reed was like, it's like you can't even describe it.
So they did a couple years ago. They did like the NFL Network did like the 100 greatest players of all time.
Yeah, and
Ed Reed's on there, and he's talking with Belichick and Brady, and he's telling them, "I know what play you're calling."
Yeah,
and he's like, he goes, "I know that if I do this move, you're throwing it here, so I would purposely do that move, so you would throw it there." It's like, holy shit.
Well, and then when they broke down that tape, of when Ed picked off Peyton Manning, and Bill fucking Belichick goes, "That's probably the best football play I've ever seen." I mean, like, and that's the other thing. Like, if you've never seen those shows, like everybody just thinks Bill Belichick for mumbling on a moves. On that show, like you don't even recognize the voice because like, is that what you sound like?
Yeah,
but his like he loves football so much. And for Bill Belichick to say that might be the greatest play,
who coached
or
Lawrence
that is,
Taylor,
actually, he might have said that is the greatest play I've ever seen. It's fucking phenomenal play.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. It's fantastic.
The cat and mouse game that was going on that field and to end up the way that did was unreal.
It's honestly a shame that the Ravens never had an actual quarterback, or those teams would probably some of the greatest teams. Now, there's still some of the greatest defenses of all time, but some of the greatest teams in general of all time, if they just had a quarterback.
When you look at that defense, the way that was, you think about that, like you're having a conversation about a guy like Ed Reed of being one of the greatest ever in the sport.
Yep.
Also, Ray Lewis was on that team.
Yeah.
And then also,
Terrell Suggs. Then you had, Then you had Haloni Nada. Then you had, other guys.
And you just go, hey, Flacco.
Don't fuck up.
Can you guys just get like 12 points?
Yeah.
If you get 12 points, we're probably not fucking losing.
Exactly.
I mean,
they would win 10 games with Kyle Bowler.
Yeah.
They won a Super Bowl with fucking Trent Dilfer. I mean, it's stuff like if they had a legit quarterback for the long, if they had a legit quarterback as long as Flacco played, it's just incredible teams that they could have had. But my number one is Jerry Rice.
Gotcha.
From the standpoint of he wasn't the greatest coming in, like the guy fucking worked, kind of like the Jordan thing. Like when you watch him, it's like he's running extra sprints, he's doing all this, he's doing that, and to just the way he worked on his craft is like that's just incredible.
Yeah,
that you go from obviously he had some fucking talent, but I mean he wasn't fast, he wasn't you know what I mean, he wasn't shifty. He could get you to move the way he moved his body and the way that he made you move your body. He got open. And obviously it helps having Montana throw to you. But still, though, I mean, just the way they revolutionized the way passing was in the 80s.
Well, and to look at that, and I understand, you can say that with the Montana thing, which it makes a difference on who's throwing you the ball. But he's at a level of like, when you look at his fucking records, it's not even...
And they can't be touched.
Yeah, it's not even like the person... I don't remember how many yards he has, but like the closest person to him, it's like fucking 10,000 yards away. I mean, it's
something ridiculous.
It's kind of like that Wayne Gretzky thing of like, if you take away every single goal that Wayne Gretzky scored, he still has the most points in NHL history by a lot.
Yeah.
Of like, you can't, it's like, you can't even fathom how fucking good that,
Yeah, it's
and
just
for him to be, let's be honest, for him to be slow.
Yeah, like not even a little bit fast.
Yeah. Well, because that was the thing too. I remember seeing that with because obviously Chris Carter, Hall of Famer. Obviously, once he got to Minnesota, and then I'm listening to Randy Moss talk about that and going like, like Chris Carter would have a football camp, and it was like called the Chris Carter Speed Camp, where they're teaching people how to work. He goes, and Randy Moss was like, he's like the slowest guy on the team.
Yeah.
He's like, why would I go to the Chris Carter Speed Camp?
Yeah. But I mean, it's like Jerry Rice. He worked his ass off to be that great, and that's, I don't know. I've always liked Jerry Rice too. But again, watching like those Super Bowls as a kid, it's like, oh, Jerry Rice. Like, Jesus Christ, is nobody fucking guard this guy?
When I think of like, obviously just the route running and, he's like, he's such a great route runner. And that's part of it. Obviously, you can't, if you're lazy on your cuts and stuff, you're never going to get open in the NFL. So the good route running, but like it's the IQ level and the knowledge that, hey, I'm looking at this secondary. This guy's going to do this. This guy's going to do this. And I know that Joe is seeing the exact same thing. So instead of running this route, I'm going to break it off here. And Joe's going to know that's where I'm at. And that's not even close to what we call it in the huddle, but this is what's going to happen. Yeah. And boom, here I am.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the part that just...
It's like they get to playing backyard football at a point.
And that IQ... Now, I'm not taking anything away from Lawrence Taylor, but at the end of the day, knowing that stuff is a little bit more tricky to only relying on yourself.
Right.
Rice has to rely on Montana to know that he knows that I'm going to fucking be there.
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor knows that what that tackle does, I can do the opposite. So that aspect of it is why the difference there.
Well, that is going through these lists and stuff, and we talked about like honorable mentions and stuff, and it seems like we end up talking about stuff like that, of like a lot of cornerbacks and safeties and stuff get left into that, of like, you're talking about guys that are shutting down guys that are doing that. They have no idea where the fuck I mean, obviously, whatever film study they do, whatever. But it's like, this guy over here is running a 4-3 and changing directions, of which I don't know where he's going.
And I have to
and I stay up with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Playing corner has got to be one of the hardest positions to play in the league.
But it also just gets shoved to the side because you're not scoring touchdowns.
Yep.
And if you're Darrelle Revis, like, you're not even in, you're so good that you're not in the game.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're not throwing over here at all.
At all. Yeah.
It was like, well, guy never even makes a play on the ball. Why does he make $20 million a year? It's like, because he fucking shut one side of the field.
Field's done.
The offense isn't using.
Yeah. Not there. Yeah.
Which in the next decade, we're going to be getting closer. Obviously, you're going to start getting to some defensive back stuff too. I mean,
well,
the big boys are starting
Woodson's
to come.
Coming in the 90s.
Deion's coming.
Yep.
That's still my favorite, like Deion's story about the combine when he walked into the wrong meeting room and it was the Giants.
Yeah, and he said,
like,
"You're not
sit down," and he's like, "Well, where you guys pick?" And they're like, 7. He's like, "I won't be around for that."
Yeah,
that is awesome.
That's not like the Deion story. Like it's crazy.
It's just like, I'm not going to be around.
I'm not
going
to be here at 7. Yeah.
I did not know that was such a big deal that he was going through. Like, they almost had to cut his fucking foot off.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Like, I didn't. It's like, I knew he had foot problems, stuff like he was in cast. He had that little scooter thing, and then it was like, oh my God, he almost lost his like, it leg. Was like, that was a problem.
Big problem.
Of like,
yeah, he got pretty like the swelling and shit that was in it. Is just like, we're gonna have to lop this fucker off.
Yeah. Do you even think about that? Of like, when you start looking at that, of like with the Tiger, Tiger Woods and Alex Smith, of like, hey, they had thoughts of cutting their legs off. That break was so bad. Now Deion's was blood clots and stuff like that. But like,
still,
hey, you broke your leg so bad we might cut it off.
That's how bad you fucking
It's 2022.
When Tiger was walking down the hill of the bunker at the last one where he cut and it buckled, like my stomach hurt because I'm like it's something's wrong with that thing. Well, it's not stable.
Well, and then you think about that of like, that's not stable, and he has so many fusions, like his back.
Yeah. It's back's not stable.
His back's kind of fused, like so his hips don't move independently of his back, and now he's got a fucked up broken leg that they almost had to cut off.
Yeah,
trying to walk up and down hills of like.
Probably should quit golfing, buddy.
And he goes, "Hey, I'm not going to play in the U.S. Open next week. I still need to heal." Of like, yeah, because
you should.
Like it's tough to watch. Like you're using your club as a crutch.
Yeah, and it's hard to watch, buddy. Maybe
you're not
stop
gonna win.
playing.
Like everybody's like, man, but if he can put it together, it's like
no,
I believe he'll win again, but like he's just not there yet.
Yeah, he's not even a year removed, or is he?
Yeah,
now? Is he in there? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it's like 15 months.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, and the two tournaments he played in might be the two hilliest play. Like, like the hills of Augusta National, you have no idea how steep they are.
You can't fucking see over them.
And then at the PGA Championship, same thing.
Yeah.
Of like, okay.
Yeah, and he specifically said it's not the straight walking, it's the up and down of the hills that bothers it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, great.
As like a lot of people don't realize, like it's mostly out of the sport now, but for a long time you still had like tour players that would wear metal spikes.
Mm-hmm.
And, most people listen to this are young enough. I started out with metal.
Okay.
And then, made the move to soft spikes.
I don't have golf shoes, so go ahead.
Yeah. But like the point of the metal spikes that they were wearing up till however long ago when it's pretty much off the tour now had nothing to do with their swing. It's so when you have a 7:30 tee time and you're going up the hills and stuff at Augusta,
fall.
that you don't fucking fall and hurt yourself.
Yeah.
So you actually, because you're walking down wet grass, down pretty steep hills of like, it's a metal spike, so don't, so don't fucking fall off.
Yeah.
Don't fall off a cliff.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's a tough for Tiger.
Yeah.
But he'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some money.
Yeah.
He'll be okay. I think he'll be okay.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I like Tiger.
What's not the... I mean, I know a lot of people hate him. It's like, well, they always show him on TV all the time. So it's like, well, he's fucking like the greatest ever.
Yeah.
Well, what about Jack? Of like, okay, that's fine too that he didn't win as many tournaments, but like the 1 year the guy played in like 18 events, fucking won 10 of them.
Yeah.
Of like,
it's incredible.
I mean, come on.
No, nobody's doing that.
I mean, while he was doing all this banging.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no energy.
I mean, he was fucking private jets to Vegas to bang these hookers, and then he had to lie about it all the time. I have 2 fucking cell phones. I can barely keep track of the one I have.
Yeah. I mean, the stress level you would have had is crazy. Didn't have a heart attack.
Yeah. Pretty sure I think I said that before. I'm pretty sure I was at that. I've been at that Perkins
you said that,
around that time frame. I probably seen the girl he was banging going, she's not very good looking, but who's going to believe her?
Yeah.
I'm fucking Tiger Woods.
Nah,
you're full of shit.
Yeah, you work at Perkins.
Yeah, you work at Perkins and you're not good looking.
You have a mole on your cheek. You're not banging Tiger
Woods. Not
Woods.
an Instagram masseuse. There's no chance that he's coming after you.
Oh, gosh.
What a shit show. All right, well, we had a long golf talk. I figure the first 40 minutes of us talking about golf pretty much lost everybody.
I know some people who like to listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't talk about baseball.
There's nothing to talk about with baseball.
I'll tell you the one thing I'll mention about basketball. Obviously, the rim issue that being off 2 inches. One, I love the fact that they're so fucking good that they can take a shot and say, that fucking rim's off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's 2 inches.
2 inches.
And it's, it's cock length.
Yeah. On a warm day.
But to, just take a couple shots and be like, that's not right.
That's not right.
And then all the people say, fucking Celtics cheating. It's like, hey, those guys, they have to shoot on that rim too.
Yeah.
And they don't practice on a fucking 10-foot 2-inch rim.
Yeah.
So that's not helping them.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the Celtics didn't set that rim up either. They weren't out there pre-game. All right, let's wheel the rim in. Get it ready.
But I love the fact of like 2022. It doesn't feel right. We need to measure that. Yeah, we got this stick that we hang from the rim.
We don't have anything
that
else.
Like it's no technology. It's just there's a hook that hooks onto this rim. We just got a stick.
Yep.
We'll lower it until the stick touches the floor and we're good. but just to think that they have like the same thing of like you have for your one in your driveway where it's got that little crank. Well, let me take this down. It's a fucking NBA.
Gotta take it to 8 foot so I can dunk.
Why the fuck is why is there not an NBA person that handles that?
Yeah, that
as
before
opposed
the
to
game.
Yeah. kind of like the same thing of like, you have NFL people that handle the footballs.
Yeah.
Of why, I mean, you should be setting the rim height.
Mm-hmm.
But, but then that's another thing of people like, this is the first time I've ever seen it. It's like, nah, honestly, it fucking happens all the time.
It's got to happen all the time. For them to have a
they're
stick.
always taking those things out of there because they have some concert or something going on. It's not like that is just the rims are out here all the time. They don't practice there.
No.
Just to let you know.
No, they don't practice.
They don't practice in a fucking 18,000 seat arena.
Yeah. Nope.
Well, those stands push back just like in high school, and some rims drop down. They're on fucking 85-foot fucking poles that drop down from the ceiling.
Takes a half hour to get them down and get them up.
Then you got to go through and clack down all these seats so we can push these bleachers back.
That'd be funny. It'd be funnier than hell. All right, you guys take that half. We'll take this half. All right, then practice is done.
Fucking motor burnout. Now we got to push them.
Oh God.
Other than that, I have no idea on the.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say is like, it finally gets to the point where the Patriots really aren't a threat to make a championship. So fucking the Celtics will win one. So it's like fucking massholes up there.
Yeah.
They just don't know.
Nope.
Like, I haven't had a team, one of my favorite teams, win since like 2014.
The hell's that?
Would be Ohio State.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not professionally.
Yeah. Collegiately. Yeah, just win something.
Just a win.
Win, yeah.
Because basketball-wise, I was a fan of the Pacers. I don't even know if they fucking play basketball. And the Reds have fucking ship sail. Now, hey, the Bengals made it there, but you lost, you know?
Yep. Back
won the last game of the season. Who gives a fuck?
Good point.
Now, you have always been a front runner for most of your life. So you've seen some Super Bowls.
Yeah, I've seen some Super Bowls, yeah. Yep, totally.
Because who would you follow in basketball? Probably Cleveland.
Oh, I didn't give a fuck about basketball.
Yeah.
I watched college basketball for a while. I was a fan of Ohio State because of one particular player that we both know.
Mark Titus.
Yeah, yeah. And then right when I started playing basketball, I was like, I started watching Duke, so I rooted for them.
Oh, that's right. You're a Duke fan. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've
just like what I said, fucking Broncos, Duke.
I've liked the Broncos since I was like
Yankees
5.
Too.
No, I never liked the Yankees. I've always been when I was a kid, I went to a lot of Reds games with my buddy because they had season tickets. Yeah. So I guess I rooted for the Reds when I was a kid. Then when I got older, I just liked I like the Guardians. But
that's my fandom. So I have like Ohio State in 2014, then Ohio State in 2002.
Yeah.
And then the Cincinnati Reds in 1990.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Yeah.
Professionally, I only have the Reds.
Yeah.
Now, I remember, obviously, I watched this Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
I remember where I was for the Super Bowl party in the 80s.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm fucking at that point in time 7 years old or whatever. Like, I remember that guy getting his leg broke. That was...
Oh, yeah.
We got hit. It was like...
flopping around.
He kind of like got spun in the air and hit and his legs flopping around. But, I've only seen losses.
Yeah.
And I've seen Ohio State lose more national championships than win.
Won, yeah. Yeah, no shit. No shit. I remember watching the 2002 one. And I remember like just the pure excitement of like them of like Claret running that in. I was like, oh my God, we actually won.
Yeah.
And then I remember watching the which one came first? LSU or Florida? Florida came first.
Yeah,
right?
Florida.
And then I remember thinking like, oh my God, we're going to fucking Ginn runs that one back. I'm like, oh my God, we're going to win this one too.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking nope, not even close. And then I remember watching the LSU one thinking, man, their offense is terrible. We should be okay. And it's like, yeah, no, you didn't score any points.
See, I remember going into the LSU one going, we don't have a chance because we were like ranked 8th.
Yeah.
And then didn't play.
Yeah.
And then we're ranked 1 of like, it wasn't a good team.
Yeah.
And I remember the 0-2 one because I lived down at the lake at the time. So I had like, my brother and my dad and my sister, family.
Yeah.
Like Tom and then, another guy. And there were some beers drank.
Yeah.
And then I like on my kitchen, not even my kitchen table, just on like the dining room table, like the trash can filled up and then there was beer bottles all over the table. And then on the countertop was beer bottles.
Yeah.
And then the
on a Monday.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I guess it was a wintertime. I worked in golf. It didn't fucking matter to me. But like the next day or whatever, for like my grandmother, like, and my grandfather's still alive at the time, happened to be at the lake with a couple of their, with their friends.
Yeah.
And they just wanted like knocking on the door. Like, who the fuck is knocking on my door? I mean, first of all, it's at the lake and it's in the fucking wintertime. There's nobody here.
Yeah.
Open the door and it's grandma, well, we just wanted to see, and then walks around. All the beer bottles. And grandma just, like that. Grandpa goes, did you have a good time? My grandma's like that hype. Did
you have a good time? You better have a good time. That's funny.
Yeah, your son was here.
Yeah.
Most of these might be his.
Yeah.
Those clear ones. He was a High Life guy. And these clear bottles.
Yeah.
Say Miller on them.
Yep.
That was him.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good time.
That was good memories. Yeah, good memory to have. Yeah.
And now, I would never even dream. Like, obviously, I like Ohio State. Yeah, I watch at my brother's house and stuff like that. But drinking beers and stuff like that. Of I get fucking laser focused. Like I can't be drinking a bunch of beers trying to watch this game.
Can't go pee all the time.
I need to try to be figuring out what's going on here. So obviously, whatever I think
has to happen.
They're doing. I mean, Jesus Christ, is basic defensive shit. Like, you don't even have to read anything. That safety is dropping straight back. Just throw it on. I mean, come on.
Come on. Oh, yeah. Good shit.
Yeah. Good time. Long show.
Yeah.
Fucking almost 2 hours.
Holy dick.
Holy dick. Can't get your mind off that fucking dick hole, can you?
I see it when I sleep.
And then you stretch your arms out like you're touching something.
I got to have it in my hands.
All right. Well, we should end it on that. Probably a couple people know what you're talking about.
Wideside.